On a budget and wanting to build a recording rig? Well, today I'm going to build one for under $1,000. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you've been following this channel for a while, you have seen me do one of these before a few years ago, where I go and I build a recording setup for someone who's on a budget. And in this video, my target goal is $1,000 or less, and I've actually made notes for the items I'm going to buy for under $1,000. And right now I have a computer, an interface, the DAW, some microphones, and then either monitors or headphones or possibly both. And to be 1000% transparent, I have not gone through and looked up anything so far. Obviously I have an idea of what things cost in certain models, but I've actually not pre-built this $1,000 recording setup. And before we dive into this, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you like this type of video, please comment below. And also, while you're down below the video, please check out the description. In that description, I have links to my music, my website, and a few other ways that you can help support the channel. All right, here we are. And I've got 3 tabs pulled up. I've got Newegg because we're gonna need to get a computer. I've got Sweetwater pulled up because they've got, all kinds of great music gear there. And then I've also got reverb.com if we're looking to maybe get a deal on something. But let's start over on newegg.com because we should start with the computer itself. I've always had really good luck with buying a refurbished computer and either adding some RAM to it or finding one that has a good amount of RAM in it with like an i7 or something like that. Usually DAWs don't need a ton of horsepower to run well. It's not like a video editing computer where you need a ton of horsepower to edit in 4K. So you can usually find a refurbished computer for a lot less money that will be able to run modern DAWs and plugins no problem. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a look here. Let's do desktop computers. All right, let's go ahead and just narrow this down. Let's try to find an i7 a few generations old. Let's go refurbished. Might as well check Windows 10. So being semi-familiar with doing this before, I know that we're gonna wanna rock some DDR3 and probably at least 16 gigs. Let's just see where that gets us. Let's see where that gets us right now. All right, so let's go ahead and narrow down the i7 to somewhat more modern. All right, so here we are. We're looking at a refurbished Dell 7010 with an i7, 16 gigs, 250 gig hard drive for $236. And actually, fun fact, the first time I bought a refurbished computer to do audio production on, I think it was this exact computer, except I think I added an SSD to it and I was off and running. And that thing lasted me for years, and just recently, it has been retired. So I know for a fact that this computer would work. Let's dive a little deeper in it. So the main thing I don't like about this computer right now is the fact that it is only 250 gigs. I honestly, that will be okay, because one thing I like to do is I like to keep my computer a little light when it comes to the amount of space, because I tend to get sloppy with my storage and backup. If I have a terabyte on my recording computer, I'll just let things pile up, and then the opportunity for that hard drive to fail or something like that is much greater. So I really try to have things backed up on either a home network, a NAS, or some sort of server situation, the cloud, multiple different external hard drives, just in case. And I've been so bad at staying on top of that until I got smaller hard drives, then it forced me to do it. Sounds kind of silly, like why wouldn't you just get a big hard drive and back it up? Maybe that's not your problem. Maybe you're really good at backing things up, but for me, I'm not, so I need a small hard drive, so it forces me to back things up. So let's just work with this. 250 gigs, you could add an SSD, maybe we'll come back to that, but I'm gonna write this down. $236 for the computer. All right, now that we've got the computer picked out, that should run most all modern DAWs decently well, let's now go find an interface. Okay, so now we're over on sweetwater.com, and of course, if you're on a budget and you're looking to spend less than $1,000, you're probably new to the whole songwriting and recording and engineering side of things, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume you do not need a monster interface. So me, if you know me and you know this channel, you absolutely know that I am a fan of Focusrite. There are other great options out there, but I tend to always gravitate towards Focusrite because I have had fantastic luck with them, and I know they sell some really good bundles to start people out. All right, USB audio interface is what we're looking at. And let's go right to Focusrite and see what they have available right now. All right, they've got 2-channel, solo. So here are some bundles. So this right here, this intrigues me because you get a set of headphones, a microphone, and the interface. All right, I'm not sold on this one yet. I'm going to leave this tab open and keep looking. All right, a couple different options for microphones and whatnot. I would like to build out this $1,000 bundle with at least 2 microphones so you can do some sort of stereo recording. All right, so let's actually go with this bundle right here. I mean, you know, you're not gonna be getting the world's greatest microphone by any means, but if you're starting out and you're just wanting to craft your skill, you should be able to learn how to squeeze as much out of any microphone as you can. So let's go with this bundle. Comes with a set of headphones for, you know, if you're needing to track and you need click in your ear, things like that. Or if you're sharing an apartment and you need to, you know, do some mixing or editing, you can do that with this set of headphones. So let's add the Focusrite Scarlett 2 i2 Studio 3rd Gen recording bundle to the list for $279. All right, so we've got the computer decided, we've got the interface. Let's find a DAW. Again, if you follow this channel, you know that I am a fan of Cubase, so let's go ahead and back up and see what there is available for software. My goal, being semi-familiar with the cost of DAWs, is I think for starting out, $100 is probably what you're gonna wanna spend. So since that's the case, I'm just gonna go right over here, click the $50 to $100 and see what comes up. All right, so here we are looking at what is available at $100, and there are some truly great options. Again, I'm a fan of Cubase, but I feel like a lot of these you can't go wrong with. But for me, if I was building this for a friend or even myself, there's some updates on here, I'm gonna go with Cubase. Again, there's other options on here, but I'm familiar with Cubase. I'm familiar with the plugins that come with it. So I would go with this for $100. And Elements, it's actually pretty dang flexible. I know people who use this and do tracking on the regular. So I'm gonna pick this for the DAW for $99. All right, I've got my phone out. I'm gonna do some math to see how much wiggle room we still have. The computer, $236. Interface with headphones and 1 microphone, $279. The DAW, the DAW, $99. So looking at $614 right now. That's not including tax or shipping, but we all know how to calculate that. So, all right, so we got a little less than $400 to spare, and we still want to get another microphone, a set of monitors, hopefully, and then we'll have hopefully some leftover money for cables and things like that. All right, so looking at microphones, we already have one that comes in the bundle for the interface. I've kicked over to reverb.com because I feel like we might be able to save a few bucks on a used microphone. So a microphone that I think is a great one to start with is the Shure SM57. And I know there might be some of you out there who are going to criticize this decision to get an SM57. And then there's gonna be a lot of you that say, yes, absolutely do that because it can be used on so many instruments. And again, if this is a budget setup, you're probably new to the game and you got a lot of fun stuff to learn. And SM57 is a great microphone to learn on. You can mic everything from snare drums, the guitar cabs, bass cabs, you name it, you can probably mic it. It might not be exactly what you want if you're wanting to produce a platinum selling single, but if you're doing a lot of bedroom recordings, the Shure SM57 will be a workhorse for you. So here we go. Usually they're $100 brand new. Looks like we might be able to get one for as low as $60. That saves us 40 bucks. That's not too bad. So here you go. $84, 75 plus shipping's kind of getting back up to 100. All right, so shipping and everything included on this, let's just say that you'll save about $10 on the Shure SM57. So I'm gonna put down the second microphone for $90. All right, so with that $90, we are sitting at about $704 spent on this rig. So now we have approximately $300 to hopefully get some studio monitors and some cables. For the studio monitors, I've gone ahead and stuck on reverb.com because I'm hoping to find some used ones and save a chunk of change. So I went ahead and just pulled up every studio monitor for under $250. And you're gonna wanna look for pairs because a lot of the time you will see studio monitors sold as individuals. So right here, we got some Mackie CRX 5-inch studio monitors. I mean, these are not going to knock your socks off by any means, but for editing and just learning what the heck you're doing, something like this would work, and they're only $200. So let's keep this open and keep looking for other possible options as well. And also, those are brand new, so keep that in mind as well. You also have some Behringers as an option, some PreSonus. Here's another set of KRKs. Oh, this is tempting. So this is $250, but $35 shipping. So that puts us at $285. I don't think that gives us enough money for cables and maybe a couple stands. So I'm gonna have to skip on these as well. But you know, something like this, keep in mind if you are wanting to spend possibly a little over $1,000. All right, so I think I found the ones. I think it's gonna be the Mackies, but here are a pair of used ones that are in mint condition for $179 versus the $199 brand new. So we'll be saving ourselves about $20 right there. All right, so I'm gonna add this to the list. The Mackie CR5X 5-inch active studio monitors pair, used but in mint condition on Reverb.com for $179. Also free shipping, so I'm gonna add these to the list right now. All right, so after everything is added up, we have $117 left over. Now there are a few ways you can spend this money. Of course, you need to buy some cables, and luckily in this case, you don't need too many. Microphone stands, of course, are really important, and you don't want really cheap ones. You can get them to get by for a while, but having a good microphone stand can make a big difference. And the other thing to keep in mind, which might not matter too much on where you're at in your career or your hobby when it comes to recording music, but doing some sort of room treatment with that money. Now, there are things you can buy that look nice in the room, or there's things that you can buy that look awful but do the job really well. For example, moving blankets. You can buy some moving blankets for really cheap and help improve the sound in your room. They won't look pretty, but they will do the job and help a lot. All right, there you have it. There's the $1,000 studio build. I think it will turn out all right. So in the comments below, if you thought this was an absolute crap build, let me know, and also like the video. If you thought it was a great build, like the video and subscribe to the channel. But more importantly, in the comments below, tell me what you would build if someone gave you $1,000 to build them a budget beginner studio. I had a lot of fun doing this. Like I said, I did not look anything up ahead of time. It took me back to the days when you were on a tight budget and you're just wanting to get anything that would let you record music and songwrite. Those days were great. They might not have sounded great, but boy, they were a lot of fun. All right, thank you for watching, and until next time, see you later.